And we live. Hello everyone, this is the Void Executive and welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing? I hope this Wednesday has been pretty nice. Today we will continue with a new session about our studies and trying to learn to make some more painterly images, much like we did last week. We will choose one new image to try and copy as close as possible, especially in trying to replicate the type of painting they used. Let's see the ones that we have done so far. In a moment. There we go. Okay, so this is the mood board and these are the studies that we've done so far. On the left there are the original images and on the right there are the studies that we've made. And here are the remaining images in which we can choose from. I think I will choose one today and then another one next time, and then we'll do the last drawing, in which we will instead try to copy a photo and try to apply what we have learned until then. Hello, hope you're doing good. Be lurking for a little while in the background, but I'm still working and have meetings. Hopefully I won't miss out too much. Oh, it's okay. Today, much like last time, it's simply a matter of trying to copy one of these images. I've taken a look at them and I think I have chosen the one we are going to do today, which will be this one over here. The reason I chose this one is because it has a very specific, very peculiar way of making things, and that is using basically the hard round brush without any opacity, any gradient. As you guys can see, they are all single strokes with different colors and different gradients. So I don't know if it will be easier or not, but there is only one way to find out. Now let me simply quickly create a new document and then we can start. There we go. Now we will import the image we are using, which is this one. Let's crop the image so it is the exact same size. And now we can start working. We'll leave this one on a corner. I still have the same image in a different window, and I think we can now begin. So last time, like on Monday, the okay, let me see. Okay, everything should be working fine. So last time we had a little bit of a dive into a world of nostalgia. I wonder if it will be the same in the future streams. Okay, so 1 second, I need to sneeze. Sorry about that. So, just like I said before, we are going to be using exclusively one type of brush, and it is this one over here. I don't think we even need to have the because the setting I have right now is just that the size of the brush changes the harder I press on the drawing tablet. But if we check again the image, we can see how each brush stroke it has no dynamic shape. It is essentially let me remove it. It is essentially stiff like this. So I think this drawing will be quite the challenge in trying to replicate it. So let's begin. Let's try with the same colors, more or less. I'm not sure how detailed it will be either, because there are plenty of different elements and different characters. So we will see. There is some sort of mountain on this side. And white in here. We still try to apply the same principle of going from bigger shapes to then smaller details. I do not even know if this drawing has been made with a sketch in mind first or not. But compared to how the others are made, I will try and use some different layers for the different elements over here. So for instance, let's try the monster over here. Okay. And then have something like so. Okay. So today I decided to try out a new game that I had in my Steam wish list for a while. The game is called Scriptorium, and it's essentially a game in which you create, you know, those old medieval manuscripts with all of those illustrations, all of those typical illustrations. Well, the game is about making those. So essentially you have a bunch of different disjointed drawings, and then you can use them to assemble any medieval illustration that you want. And that is kinda cool because it allows people, even those who maybe are not too interested in learning how to draw, but it allows people to be creative nonetheless, being a little bit easier. Then maybe at the end of this stream I will show you guys some trailers of the game itself. Okay. We maybe make this one just a tad bigger. Okay. Then I think for this style in particular it will look very hideous at the very start, but then eventually it will look very nice, I think. Okay. And then here it is primarily white. And then try to create some textures using these hard brushes that make this sort of illusion at first glance. And make the difference in the white fur as well. Okay. Let's make this area bigger. And then in front we'll make some first sketches of the character in front. Should be pretty straightforward. Try to make it the exact same size. I know that it looks way too small, but it will allow me to view the totality of the image and get the proportions just right. Because then I can see. Okay. there we go. Doing these types of exercises are they are quite chill for me. I hope it's the same for you as well. Let's see. Okay. And then here it's all a matter of switching between a bigger brush and a smaller brush. I'm trying to sample the colors directly. Okay. Let's change the size of this arm, because I think it's way too big. And from here we all slowly build up the different shades. Okay. Yeah, I almost forgot. I forgot to say, this game about creating medieval manuscripts, it reminds me of another similar game, but however that game is more about creating potions and alchemy, and the name is Potioncraft. They both have this style as if it's been illustrated onto one of those medieval manuscripts with all of the different medieval drawings and stuff. I've seen that there has been a bit of a resurgence of those types of games. Another reason why I got the game is because it was on sale, and it is very cheap too, only like 11 euros, which got me thinking. If we think about it, a big advantage of indie games is that they cost a lot less compared to AAA games, but I've noticed that, like, well, even when you take into consideration the time spent into playing those like 20 or 15 euro games, if you compare it to other things in which you pay the same price, they are maybe the best product in terms of time spent into consuming the product and the price. So for instance, some games you can play them for hours and hours on end, and they cost just as much as a dinner when you eat outside. But the difference is that with eating dinner you pay, and then in a few minutes you've already consumed what you paid for. Instead, with video games, luckily, you have a lot more stuff to do with that same amount of money spent. Alright, let's make the hand for a moment. Alright. Okay, it's already starting to look pretty nice. However, of course, there is still a lot to do, and the end result will hardly look like the original, but that's because it's a situation similar to the first study that we made, in which which it is essentially impossible to try and replicate the exact same brush strokes. And that's besides the trying to do that is besides the point of doing the exercise in the first place. Okay. Let's use some of the eraser with the same type of brush to remove the unnecessary sections. Okay. Now let's add the rest of these red things. There we go. I still have my throat a little bit sore, but it is more than manageable. Okay, let's okay. now we try with a little bit of details already. Finally, I'm free. Oh jeez, we've got so much done. I mean, we are still at the very beginning, but it is very fun to do this particular style because it is very loose. You don't have to be perfect and you don't have to smudge everything in order to give the sense of volume and shape. Is something like so. We'll need to then also make the face of this guy. In due time. Let me try. Yeah, it is so much more freeing. I always feel like I can just switch my brain off when doing this sort of style. Yeah. And copying to perfection with this style is essentially impossible, but we try our best. Because there's a lot of variation in colors, especially the more you go into more details, as you can see. Maybe if I lower the opacity a little bit. I don't know. Because again, if you want to be perfectly accurate, you would need to watch the entire process the artist made. But for obvious reasons, that's essentially impossible to make. So we try to work with what we have. Let's try and make the face for now. And there is this very bright area. Yeah, not bad, I would say. There is some white on some sections. And then let me make it slightly bigger because I want to take this color over here. Then there is a much darker line over here. Take this one smaller once again. Here we try to make some hair, and then there is the section of the eyes. He made a very thin outline of the eyes. And then did something like this. Actually, let me grab the exact color. Kinda. Maybe the mouth needs to be a bit brighter, and then it already is something. Let's make the rest of these red sections. There we go. In the meantime, let me save this one as a separate document, just like I did with all of the other ones. There we go. I think we can now try to make this other character which is much more sketched out, but it deserves some drawing nonetheless. Okay. Let's add these horn things. With this one we don't need to be super precise, but we will try to be nonetheless. And there is some sort of let me try and do first everything one color, and then we'll add the rest of the colors. Okay. Let's make the arms. Okay. There we go. And now we add some of the nicer reds. Okay. Now this middle part, I think it will be a bit tricky. Okay. Almost. Let's see. Okay. The very bright areas on this side. There's a little bit of light blue. Some of that pink. And then some last shadows over here. Okay, it's already looking quite similar to the original, I would say. Now I think it's only a matter of working a bit more on the creature that's behind. And for that we need to be more in detail over here. Okay. And we can improve the snout over here. And basically try to merge one area with the other using specific brush strokes that sort of blend the colors together, not because they have a gradient from one to the other, but because there is a pattern that sort of blends things. Okay, let's see the background in here for a moment. Then this area. We go. It's like pointillism or whatever it's called for Renaissance paintings, where close it's really blobby, but from distance it all blends nicely. Indeed. With especially with pointillism, it's a long and tedious process. And ironically enough, that's what kind of started the concept of pixels. Like, if you think about it, pixels are the next step, the digital step from pointillism. Pointillism? I don't know if I am butchering the pronunciation or not. Okay. This snout over here needs some rework. Hello, welcome to the stream. But it is really cool. It just shows how things can develop off of paper onto screen. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I am noticing that I need to change the size of the skull over here. Let me see if I can do it like so. And then maybe, let me see if it automatically stitches together. Yeah. Hello, just wanted. Welcome to the stream, and I hope you are liking what you are seeing. This is not an original drawing of mine. We are doing this exercise in which we'll try to copy a drawing made by another using the same technique that they used. As you can see in this image, they mostly used this type of brush, and we'll try to replicate what we are seeing. Really like the red values contrast with the blue shades. Yeah, whoever made this image, actually, Shepax, they made a really nice composition. Although what we are trying to learn in here is not necessarily the composition, but rather the technique used, the painting technique. Style/pattern, yeah. This one is quite unique compared to the other two that we made on in other streams, because this one basically doesn't let me show you. Usually when that's something that I do as well. Let's say that I make okay, let me do quick test. So let's say that I have a yellow sphere, right? And let's say that I want to shade it. The technique that I usually use, let's make this one, there we go. Let's say that I want to shade it. In this case, I would do something like this, like shade it nicely. Then depending on the type of texture, I will make the right adjustments and things of that nature. Something like this, right? Very soft, very controlled, and more into a realistic look, essentially. Instead, yeah, blendable. In this case, instead, it is something where there is basically no blending between brush strokes. So essentially, it is something like this. You go with something very approximate first, and then you create the texture without wait, let me remove the shape dynamics. Basically with this very hard brush, hard edge, with this sort of effect. Yeah, more harsh strokes. And when they are viewed close to each other, of course they look very rough. But in the distance, something like this, you can steal the brush strokes, but they do not seem that harsh. And also plays into having a bunch of different bunch of brushes of different slight variations of color, as you can see. So maybe in this case it would be something like let me see. Maybe not fade and pressure. I don't know. Well, at the end of the day, it is something that that is done after a lot of small variations. So let's say that there are as many variations as these ones, and then you pick some and then you simply work on it. Hello! Welcome to the stream. And then they do something like this. It's just a different style. There we go. Oz has been giving us nothing but pick. Oh, thank you. Now, I must warn you guys that I think this particular study will not be that easy to make, because it's very similar to the very first one that we made. The more random and spontaneous the strokes are, the harder they are to copy. But we don't need this is not a study in which we try to copy as close as possible. I mean, it is, but the goal is not to copy pixel by pixel the drawing, but learn how to use the method, the painting method. It's simply to train our hand into using a specific painting style. Say that this is a very specific art style. It's not one that I would follow, but it is an extreme that will help me get more confident when painting, I hope. We also need to add all of the other horns that we forgot to add. There you go. What's so far your favorite part of the art design that the original artist did? To me, in particular, the creature. I really like how using this technique you can feel the material and the texture of the face over here. The human, it doesn't appeal to me the same way. What I really like is the design of the creature, both in terms of the different brush strokes, but also in terms of color and composition. Like this red that is in big contrast with the white. I think it looks really well. If this guy over here was completely removed, and maybe if it placed this character like in the middle and have the main and have this duo the protagonist of the piece, I think I would have liked the image even more. Do you think if the original artist used whites as highlights of the do you think if the original artist used whites as highlights of the character, like the creature, would it be better? You mean the same highlights here on top of the character? Yeah, on top of the character over here. No, I don't think it would have worked, because the fact that this character is this dark, it allows it to be very separated from the rest. Let me show you what I mean by that. If we do the same thing that we've been doing when making our drawings, if you place it in black and white, you can see how the central figure is very visible compared to the rest. If this character had the same type of colors and values as the creature behind, it would just be a mess, because it would be too similar and it would be harder to delineate the shape of this character in front of the scene. Another thing that gives this effect is that usually the more distant something is, the less contrast there is. It's like atmospheric perspective. It's like when you watch mountains in the distance, you always see them with some sort of haziness slash mist that kinda washes the colors out and the values, so they look always a bit lighter in color compared to whatever is closer to you. That's because there's the atmosphere in the middle and
the more distant something is, the more air is in the middle, and it gives that that sort of effect. And it's also a good thing that it essentially helps separate things. I am noticing something. I hope I didn't do any. I think I fucked up. I think I did. I think I accidentally deleted one layer, and that's the one with all of the different red elements on the main guy. I have to redo them, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Unless... yeah, no, I think I deleted them and didn't notice. Okay, let me redo this section. Items, let's call them. Okay, then it does something like so. I'm making it a single color, then I will color it later. There you go. Then there are he has like a bow of some sort with some stuff behind that I don't know what is. Okay. There we go. There we go. And then the bow itself. And then I think there was, yeah, there's also an arrow in here. Before, let me make the hand real quick. There we go. Thank you so much. I will have to go now, but I will join the next stream. Hey, thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you enjoyed what you see. We'll see you around. Sorry if you guys may hear me sniffle, but I have a bit of a stuffed nose. I don't know why. Hope you have a great day, and everyone chat have a great day as well. Hope you have a great day as well. and then okay, save, and let's give some more color to these red parts. There we go. And then this one we give this brighter color, and in here there we go. Let's make a very quick comparison, but of course we will need to change it further. Yeah, the proportions are very weird, but we will do that. I mean, the one of the monster, they are kinda there, but yeah, of course it's not by all means perfect, but we are getting somewhere. Now, I will take a very short break and I will be right back. Be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. Now, just because we can, let me try and make just a couple of adjustments for the proportions, then we will continue with more and more details. For instance, okay, this one needs to be just a bit taller, and maybe the head just a bit bigger. Something like so. Of course, it's not by all means perfect, but now let's do the same for this one over here. Good. And then lastly the monster, which is the most similar one. Okay. Let's make the reference small again. There we go. And now we simply continue. Although I don't know for how much longer we'll go. Because we can always go into more and more detail, but the overall impression, I think, is already there. Just a matter of making things seem the same, even when of course you cannot make perfect replicas. Add some variation on the background as well, which it also has some. Was very subtle changes in saturation. That, however, gives the nice effect that we were looking for. I think for this style in particular, it seems much easier to do it from scratch instead of copying an existing painting. Because again, it's the thing with those very spontaneous and random brushstrokes. It's very hard to copy them, but very simple to make this effect when creating something new on your own. Go. Let's add the rest of the horns of the creature. For some reason, sometimes when I do some streams, I get some sense of deja vu. Weird. Even if it's only for a split second. Some of the mysteries of our minds. Okay. Let's see. I will try to add more detail on the character. Strange how it's not the first time deja vu has been brought up earlier. An inception of deja vus. Deja vu inception. Like, it's a deja vu the fact that we are mentioning deja vus in stream. Which is a weird thing in and of itself. Yeah, let me close this gap. Please no, it would be horrible to have that feeling so much. I mean, to me, it's not really horrible. It's just weird and curious. Not necessarily something negative. Layer after layer after layer of deja vu. It's like in Matrix, that if you have a deja vu, it means that the agents are spying on us. Maybe that's a glitch of the simulation. Who knows? Guess we will never know. Which pill would you end up taking is the real question. It is quite a dilemma, because yeah, on one hand you want to learn the truth, but is it really worth it when the new life you would have sucks so much compared to the simulation? I think it's something that's worth taking into consideration. One thing I want to watch about the Matrix series. Good point. Yeah, because I only watched the movies, but I know that there are some animated movies and animated series that act as prequels to the movies. I think one is called The Animatrix. I would like to check those out one day. Can they that they explain how the Matrix came to be? Yeah, I would like to check those out whenever I get the chance. Let me see. Now I'll try not to bother getting the perfect brushstroke in the same direction, as long as it gives more or less the same effect or gradient or the same vibes. I think we are all good. Oh, yeah, I almost almost forgot there is a white bandana, maybe? I don't know, this part that we forgot to add. There we go. There we go. I think I will work around because just like before, especially for something with such rough brush strokes, you realize at a certain point that you did the overall image, and you are leaning into making the details a bit too much for the study to actually make sense. So I think I will try to work just a little bit more on this one, but then I will conclude it and maybe dedicate some of the remaining time into, I don't know, showing some other things, because I realize that we are reaching a conclusion on this study, but at the same time I don't want to end the stream too early. But overall I am getting satisfied with the result that we are obtaining. Like, we've got the base concept down. Now what we are doing is just extra stuff that's not necessary to make. Like, we could always go with more and more gradients, more and more finer and finer details, but that's kind of besides the point of making this study. Right. There we go. You have been able to smash through this one quickly. It's the joy of the style. You could spend another 10 hours on this piece, but for what? Yeah. Again, the main goal of these exercises is not to perfectly copy one-to-one the image, but instead try to copy but to understand the method, not to create a replica of the piece. Ideally, like I am doing like one per stream, but if you really want to get into this study itself, in theory you should like dedicate like an entire afternoon and doing like at least 2 to 3 of the same exercise with 2 to 3 different drawings each session of the entire afternoon, if you really want to lock in. Yeah, I mean, especially for this one, I am quite proud of it, because here's the thing: I could try and start another one, but I think it would be unfair for 2 different reasons. One, because we would have to then continue and finish it in the next stream, and second, because of that first reason, then the new drawing would have more hours dedicated to it, while I prefer to have each of these exercises have a maximum of the stream time in which we started making the drawing. So maximum of the 3 hours required for the that the stream has in total. So sometimes it can be within that time frame, sometimes it's a bit earlier. In this case, in which you can literally see how basically the level of like, you can see how big these strokes are, and they are of the same size over here. Like, it's useless to try and make this specific shape and try to replicate on this side as well. What matters is to try and get the same vibes, using the same level of using the same technique. And I think we did manage to obtain that result in this relatively short amount of time. As I do these very last finishing touches, I mean, we could explore some ideas on what to do in the remaining hour slash 45 minutes. Maybe I could show you a couple of games that I mentioned today, or I don't know. Since I talked to you about Dwarf Fortress, I could actually show you some things about it if you wish. Maybe we'll do this little extra content, much like last stream on Monday, in which we had the nostalgia moment. Game tour, yeah. Do you want me to do Dwarf Fortress? So I can do a proper sales pitch and show to you. I mean, I don't know if you already watched something about Dwarf Fortress, or if you are still totally blind to it. But in case you are totally blind to it, I will gladly show you some gameplay or some details. Up to you. I will let you decide. In the meantime, I think we have obtained. Let's make the comparison, but I think that more or less, yeah, of course it's it's a totally different thing, but let's save a copy nonetheless. Yeah, I'm done. I haven't seen anything yet. Okay, perfect. Let me simply start the brushes 3. Let's do this very last step, which is we make the comparison, just like we did with the others. There we go. Now, of course, it is visible that they are not the same, but at a first glance they look pretty similar, pretty much with everything else. But yeah. Now, what we will do is we will do another stream like this one, in which we will pick one of these remaining images and try to copy it. I'm not sure which one to choose yet, but we will see. And then in the 5th and last stream for this topic, we will grab a photo or something and try to copy it, but using very loose brushes in the same way that we've done during the different studies. We will maybe decide which one to lean into first, the most in terms of style. Like we will decide whether to do it something more similar to this, or more similar to this, or more similar to this, or more similar to the one that we are going to do. And then we will have fun, be very chill, and try to paint it. But yeah, overall, I'm very satisfied with how this went out. The vibes are there. It's wild to see the 3 studies together and to truly see the difference between them all. Done so good at each study too. Thank you. I mean, it is a great opportunity for anyone who does this type of things to learn. It's something that some people do when try to study a specific art style. Like, let's say that you see a particular artist that you like and they have a very particular art style. One good thing to learn how they do it is, I mean, if they have the painting process saved in some video, that's even better. But trying to copy one of their works is also a good alternative. Now, let me quickly switch to this view so that I can set things up and show you the game. I don't know if I should I don't know. I can't be bothered to change the category for Twitch. Let's see. Dwarf Fortress. One moment, it's loading. Let me see if I can. Set it up. Oop. I do a weekly study of a different artist. Something I've always done and been taught to do. It's fun, but it's scary sometimes because I pick something so out of my wheelhouse. I mean, Oh. Wait, let me lower things over here. Let me see. There you go. Okay, now I think we can switch. Let me know if you should be able to hear the audio of the music of this beautiful game. The music is another cool thing about this game. But alas, this is Dwarf Fortress, the game being developed by two brothers over the course of 20 years, and they will continue to do so until the end of time, as they said. Let me see. This is okay. Before we do that, I will briefly show you how the world generation works. So, you always start by creating a new world, and here there are some different parameters. You can decide the map size, the history length, the number of civilizations. You can also go into detailed mode, and then you can really change any parameter that you want. And already from this interface you can see the level of depth in the world generation alone. For example, you can decide the amount of elevation, erosion, rainfall, temperature, drainage, volcanic activity, the amount of savage beasts, elevation, let's see, how many type of werbeasts, because beasts like werewolves, there's not werewolves, like there are randomly generated type of werbeasts. So you might get the werewolf, but you can also have like a were-zebra or were-iguana or were-chinchilla. Hello. Not from India. Hello. Welcome. We just finished our latest drawing, and I'm now showcasing the game as a little bonus, now that we have a little over half an hour left for the stream. So yeah, let's say that we decide these parameters. Let's use these very default settings. Let's make it 100 years. And we then create the world. How are you? Oh, good, all good. Hope your day has been nice as well. Okay, so in this game you generate the world map. It takes a little bit to load in. There we go. And now you can see the generation in real time. For example, let me pause for a second. If you read over here, it says creating Omontetha, the realm of destiny, for rejected. It means that it generated 4 worlds before, but they didn't fit the parameters, so it started regenerating a new one again. It will do that until it finds a world that fits within these parameters. Okay, and now let me pause. Okay, now that it finished generating the map, it's now generating the history. And we can see in real time during these 100 years that we decided,
we see things evolving, we see settlements being founded, settlements falling. Let's see, and here you have a summary of the most important historical events. So, for example, you can see they start building roads, building settlements, and it's all kept. The game keeps track of everything. The people who founded the settlement, the history of the settlement. Maybe a settlement gets conquered by another civilization, so it changes names. So right now the generation is very brief, but usually you can do even longer. The thing is that the longer it is, the slower it gets as the years go on. Once you've done generating the world, you can, if you hover your mouse over any region of the map, on the top right, it will tell you all of the information of the area you are pointing to. If you point, for example, a random zone in the wilderness, it will tell you the temperature, if there are trees, vegetation, and then what's underneath the earth. If there is deep soil, if there is aquifer, and if there are different types of ores. And then if you hover your mouse over a particular settlement, so let's try this one. The trampled spikes, and the trampled spikes is the region, the livid continents is the entire continent. Here you can find Alath Dostob, which means Bold's clearings, and it is a dwarven fortress. Or we can check, I don't know, Hold Devil, which is a dark goblin fortress. Or maybe we can check some human settlements, like, let's check over here, Simoiki, Echo Pleated, it's a human town. And this world is fully explorable. Now that we have created the world, we select the play now. It takes some time to save all of the historical figures. So many little details, yeah. It's getting some last information. And now you can, within this world, select a game type. It's either fortress mode, embark with a group to start a settlement. Your citizens will build, mine, craft, trade, fight, and manage as you guide your outpost through its history. Design the shape and purpose of the fortress by issuing orders for the residents to follow. You can play a sequence of fortresses and adventures in the same world. That's a very important thing. Because you can play and make a fortress, and maybe you lose, so your fortress falls to ruin, and then you go back to this screen and select adventurer, and then as an adventurer you can explore the fortress that you made. So whenever there is a game over, it doesn't reset the timeline of this world. It continues from there. So if you make 5 fortresses in this world and then you leave them be, whenever you start a new game mode, whether it's fortress or adventure mode, those previous fortresses are still very much present. Let me put some music in the background because one of the games stopped. Adventurer is you directly control a single individual or party instead of having a settlement. You follow destiny or strike out on your own, explore, quest, fight and perform, visit your own retired and ruined settlements, serve a deity or become a creature of the night. You can play a sequence of fortresses and this is the same thing. And then there is Legends mode. Explore and investigate the history of the world as it stands. Events in other mods are incorporated here. This is basically the Wikipedia of the world you have generated. So let's showcase this one first. So right now there are 10,461 historical figures, which are people that maybe are still alive or maybe died. It also mentions, it also counts for sentient creatures, 507 sites, 65 artifacts, 470 codices, scrolls, yes, because people can also write books and it tells you how many pages these books have, what they talk about, if they are written if they are well written or not. There's also procedurally generated instruments, musical instruments. Regions, underground regions, civilization structures, chronicles by age. Let's try historical figures. Here you can see if there is this one is the year in which they died. So if there is not, it means they are still alive. Let's check, I don't know, this one. It's a bronze colossus. The fact that you are able to do so much world building and effective world, it's so cool. Yeah, you have no idea. Some people use Dwarf Fortress for their D&D campaigns. Like they make complete D&D campaigns using Dwarf Fortress as foundations with the world. Let's check the history of this bronze colossus. And here you can see all of the events of this particular historical figure. So, Abeku Galevar the Furious Chaos was a bronze colossum. It was one of the only ones of its kind. Abeku was associated with war, strength and metals. So, in year 1, it settled in the Mire of Steam. Now, each entry you see here, you can check what they are. So, settled in the Mire of Steam. What the hell is it? Then you click on it and it tells you the Mire of Steam could be found within the realm of destiny. It's I think it's a region. Then, in the midsummer of the year 4, he became the enemy of the Big Eagle. And then you can see what is the Big Eagle. The Big Eagle was an elven group from the realm of destiny. And here it says, in the year 1, the Big Eagle of the Saffron of Mirroring founded Satinwards, which is a settlement. The Bronze Colossus became the enemy of this, the Big Eagle. He became an enemy on another society. And then he started attacking some elves and killing them. And this is all of these logs are basically these bronze colossus going around and attacking people. And here you can see related entities, 59 notable kills, some of which are elves. Let's see. 63 other kills. It says he killed 1 giant elephant male, 1 giant elephant female. Like, the amount of details is really something. Let's try and find the history of someone who is still alive. Let's try this female elf. It doesn't have much, but it says that in 77 became an animal caretaker in Shield Tasks. Then she and someone else became lovers. Then she gave up being an animal caretaker to become a bard. Okay. Then she began an apprenticeship under this other person. Then she moved to study in this place in order to be with the master. Okay. Then she married the guy she was lovers with. She settled in a city. She moved to study still in order to be with the master. Then Deference and the Portentous Meteors was authored by Rofa. Not sure what it is. Then she stopped being an apprentice, and then she became the master. So even from random NPCs that you find in the world that you can also encounter, you can build some stories. Let me see if I can find some that are maybe more interesting. Let's try some dwarves. It is nuts. Let's see. Maybe this. Let's try maybe the one of a. Oh, of course, for each person, if they have relatives, it tells you, like, Lure is an object of ardent worship. Then he has an eldest daughter, an eldest son, second eldest son, third eldest son, second eldest daughter, youngest daughter. A bunch of children he has. Let's see what this object of ardent worship is. Oh, he broke up. Oh, I see why she had so many kids. She kept becoming lovers and breaking up with people. But let's see what Lure is. Oh, it's a deity, okay. And even here, the gods are randomly generated too. In this case, Lure was a deity that occurs in the myths of the Norwegian theater, was most often depicted as a male dwarf, was associated with theft and fortresses. She wasn't sticking around. Yeah, you can also check items. Or let's check some books. I don't know. Let's try The Birth of Portal. Let's see what it says. The Birth of Portal was a legendary lay pewter-bound codex. This is the material in which it's made. The written portion consists of a 30-page short story entitled The Birth of Portal, authored by, and you can always check who wrote it. The work has no particular subject. The writing is very rigid. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. And it says when it was created. And maybe let's check the writer. Okay. This person, which is the one who wrote this book, in the late spring of 24, the Dark Freak attacked this person. And he fought. She was defeated, but she managed to escape. Then became childhood friends with some people. Became a bard. Married, divorced. I mean, you can see. Now, I will show you some sections of Fortress mode, but I will show you in one of the saves that I already have. Let me see over here. Let's see. I'll show you my latest fortress and some of the mechanics. It takes a little while to load in, but okay. So this is fortress mode. So the view that you see
imagine like it's a cross section of the current layer. I can look up, and this is the sky. Here you can see it's on a hill. You can see the top of the trees, and then you go down each layer, and you can see the inside of the fortress. Right now I have 162 people living. Most of them are very happy. The place is called Paddle Joyous. And here you can have all the food, drink, seeds, meat, anything. And here are all of our dwarves. You can also rename them. They have their own jobs. And for each person, let's select this random guy over here. It gives you a bunch of information. He's 81 years old, he's healthy, expert miner. Here it tells you what are his skills. Disdains perseverance, disdain introspections, is vengeful, is sickly, poor focus, and tolerant. Here it tells you what are their most recent thoughts. So, for example, he doesn't feel anything after being away in family for too long. He is bored after being unable to practice a martial art for too long. Feels pleasure near a fine bridge. Was relieved being near to a waterfall. Like, there are a bunch of things, and those are what tell you whether someone is happy or not. Then you can check what items they have, and for each item they have, you can check what they are. So, for example, let's see this giant case spider silk shirt. You can also check, and it tells you this is a giant case spider silk shirt. It is made from giant case spider silk cloth. The thread is flex with hazel dark dye. So, like, my mind is officially blown. Like, for every item you find a description, because it also, maybe they have some decorations and anything that the items. So, for example, let's say that you tell someone to craft a statue, and you can decide to specify a specific image, but if you don't give any detail, they will make statues of things they like. Tarn and Zach actually wild for doing this. So cool. Yeah. So, for example, let's check. Okay, he is okay. Let's see the physical description. All randomized, all unique. He is agile, slow to tire and tough, but he is quite susceptible to disease. His very long beard is neatly combed, his long sideburns are braided, his long mustache is neatly combed, his very long hair is tied up in a ponytail, narrow upturned nose is extremely long, his somewhat short ears are flattened. Like, you have a bunch of informations. Skills, this is his amount of skills, and it's separated between labor skills, combat skills, social skills, because they can competent speaker, adequate consoler, novice persuader, negotiator, intimidator, because there are roles in which some stats are important. It can be a poet, swimmer, student, climber. The knowledge, it tells you if they have read any literature, which one they have read and which way they know of. And even here, so this guy knows and has read this stuff. Paddle Joyous is the name of our settlement, and he has read something called Victory by Paddle Joyous. Let's see what this is about. Victory by Paddle Joyous is a guide authored by Vabok Unanlath. I think we may find this guy over in this fortress. It concerns the fortress Paddle Joyous, which is the one we have here. The writing is thoroughly mechanical, yet it gives a feeling of compassion here and there. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either.
rooms because they can have their own bedroom. They get upset if you don't have a place to sleep. Labor, this is what they do. Here it tells you what civilization they're part of. Relations, you can see some people are kindred spirits, some are friends. If they have some relatives, it will tell you, and you can even check them. Personality, here there is a whole bunch of information for his personality alone. Willpower, good kinesthetic sense, ability to read emotions fairly well, little time for forgiveness, and will generally seek retribution. So imagine all of this level of information for each individual dwarf you find here and each person around the world. So let me give you a quick tour for the fortress itself. This one is a tavern for the for people who are not citizens. In fact, you can find this warlord, which is a lizard man, I think. Let me see. These creatures are shaped like men covered with rough scales. They have the head and tail of a lizard and possess a dark and evil intelligence. They are found deep under the earth. Okay. We also have an elf. Elf poet. 300 years old. He is socializing. Huh? Good for them. Okay, so this is the tavern for people who are not citizens. Then this is the main entrance with some defenses. They are called bolt throwers. They are essentially Gatling guns, but they shoot arrows. Let me play the game for a little bit. Here you can see these are the barracks with the military. They come here to train. You can give them the equipment, and they start working with each other. If you see some items on pedestals, those are artifacts. They are exceptionally well crafted items. And even here they have their own description. This is the Warhammer, the highest quality, encrusted with tapered baguette cut green diamonds, decorated with pig bone and encircled with bands of pecan wood. Its object is adorned with hanging rings of rock salt and menaces with spikes of green glass and sapphire. On the item is the large square multicolored metal breastplate in steel. And then there are a bunch of descriptions. Here we have some areas dedicated to some animals. Here we have some more defenses. And the further we go down, this is the trade depot where you have these units which are missing their science nemesis records. Okay, yeah, but that's because this save file is a bit old. Here we have the very first layer with some bedrooms for our citizens. This is the main tavern where all of the dwarves come, cook their meals and eat. Let's see what they are doing. This one is listening to poetry. And he feels enjoyment while performing. Good for you. In here, these are basically churches, because if you have enough people for a specific religion, they will tell you, hey, you should build a temple for us, or otherwise we get upset. If we go down, well, here's our food stockpile. This is the hospital. This is these are the catacombs or cemetery. Here you can engrave slabs, and they will tell you how each person died. So, for example, let's check this one. Memorial to Led Kosotothod. Let's see what it is. The slab reads, in memory of Led, Born on the year 190. Suffocated, slain by with an iron ballista arrow. Okay. Glad he's enjoying the poetry. There is just stuff everywhere. It makes sense. Some people could get over one. So, when you make your slabs to see how people died, sometimes they die in the most hilarious ways. Let's say this one went missing. Okay, no, those are all went missing. Let's see how this one died. Okay, these 7 that are kind of in the special room, I dedicated it to the 7 because at the beginning of the dwarf or the fortress mod you always start with the 7 dwarves, and then migrants come in and join your fortress. And so some of these original 7 dwarves have died already, and let's see how some of them died. Superior quality jet memorial to Terza. In memory of Terza, struck down by the forgotten beast. Uzu Diamin the deep dead crypts in the rampage of the forgotten beast. The color dark green made her happy. Let's see, I don't know. This one bled to death. Slayer of this late grey fiend, lover of bolts. This one is the throne room of the king, with his royal bedroom. This is a treasure room with a bunch of things. This is the dungeon with a prison. This is the library where they will write some books. Let's see if we can find some. And here you get the description of each and every single book. This is the workshop areas where you use workshops to craft all kinds of things, from furniture to traps to items. For example, this is dedicated to making clothes. This is to make gems. I made this canal that comes from the river, flows down to fill this sort of basin, because it is the water reservoir for the wells that are needed for the hospital, because people will need water to clean the wounds of the injured. Even then, when someone is okay. Let's see, for example, one of the combat logs. The Serpent Devil is fighting. And the combat logs are very detailed. For example, the flying steel ballista strike the serpent in the head, tearing the muscle. Or sometimes it says, it tears out the fat of this particular body part. Things like that. Then we go down and we reach the mines and the underground caverns with all of the livestock. This is mines and more caverns until we reach the very end, in which you eventually encounter lava, and this is the metal production section. How much time do you put in planning ahead of time where stuff is going to go, or what you're going to do? I mean, I've played for quite some time, and I am a person that likes to plan things ahead, especially when trying to design rooms. So one thing you do, if you want to make a room, you use the dig option and select which parts to dig. But if you do it right now like this, then the dwarves start automatically mining the area. what you can do instead is enable blueprints, which makes it so you can plan things ahead, but they will not be people will not be working on them yet. So you can use this to then plan things ahead. And then when you are good to go, you can say, okay, you dwarves can go and make the actual room. So for example, let me remove it. So let's say that I want to make a room over here and I want to plan ahead. I first make like a temporary shape, and then say, okay, dwarves, you can do it now. Now I'm not sure if the okay, now if you see this area blinking, it means that some people are going to come over here and work on it. Although only the ones you have assigned the job to dig can do it. And sooner or later you will see, there they are. Now they come here and they start digging the area you selected. But they will not do it necessarily every time, because they like, you can give orders, but they will do those orders whenever they feel like it, because they may have some preferences. Maybe they are hungry or are sleepy, and before doing any of that they want to eat or sleep. So you are not directly controlling the dwarves. You can give them some general directions and they will do it sooner or later, but you cannot directly control them. You cannot force them to do things. And that is also a good thing, because it can lead to some unpredictable results. Now let me show you an example of a combat log. Let's say that I want to kill I have my military over here. Let's say, hey you, kill this random can I not? Let me see if I can find maybe a wild animal. Actually, no. Let's try and kill this random fiend. Okay, I told one guy of the military to kill this dude. Let's see what happens if he manages to kill him. He should come here fairly soon. This one doesn't suspect a thing. There it is. Wait, let's see. Let's follow him. Okay. They're fighting. Whoa. Okay, it's almost dead. Okay. Now, to you it just looked like two sprites going over each other until one of them dies. But if we check over here of the logs of the battle, in here you can find the depth. For example, no, this one, the reptile woman. Okay, the Mace Lord bashes the warlord in the right upper arm with hair. This is the name of the weapon, because dwarves can grow attached to their equipment and they will give it names. So the Mace Lord bashes the warlord in the right upper arm with hair. It's a mace, jamming the bone through the right shoulder's muscle. Ouch. And shattering the right shoulder's bone. The force bends the right shoulder, shattering the bone and shattering the bone. A ligament has been torn and a tendon has been torn. The warlord says, gruesome wounds, begone fear. Then the Mace Lord bashes the warlord in the upper body with their weapon, bruising the muscle and shattering the left false ribs. I've been wounded, that's very annoying, okay. The Mace Lord then bashes the lizard woman in the lower body with her weapon, bruising the muscle and bruising the stomach. Then she bashes the upper arm, fracturing the bone, the left shoulder, the woman that's been attacked, since she has been hit on the shoulder, she loses grip of her weapon. Then he punches the lizard woman in the right upper leg, bruising the muscle. The force bends the right hip, tearing apart the muscle and bruising the bone, and tearing apart the muscle and bruising the bone. He falls over. That's very annoying, yeah. Okay, bruising muscle, bruising the liver. Okay, the Mace Lord bashes the warlord in the right lower arm with their weapon, fracturing the bone. The force twists the right elbow and the part splits into gore. The warlord gives in to pain. As a final hit, he bashes the lizard woman in the head, jamming the skull through the brain and tearing the brain, and the weapon has lodged firmly into the brain of this poor person. Like, it can have some very gruesome details. It can also happen sometimes that, like, I don't know, there is a demon that is very strong, and it may, like, tear an arm off a guy and start beating the guy with the arm he just removed, and shit like that. You can have some very chaotic moments. But yeah, this is the main mode. Then there is adventure mode, which is you simply select, you create your own character, and you use your character and can have a party of people and go explore the world. In Fortress mode, you are confined into this space, while in adventure mode, you can explore the entire world and all of those settlements that we saw earlier in World Generation, and you can meet each and every single person that's listed in the codex, each historical figure that's kept track of. And you can also visit the fortresses that you've made. Love the chaos. Happy to hear that. But yeah, this is a very short presentation of this very complex game that is Dwarf Fortress. Now you have a general idea on how it looks like and how it works. But I will not say anything else, because a lot of the fun is trying things out for yourself, and especially losing. There is a saying within the Dwarf Fortress community which is called "losing is fun." And yeah. I hope this has piqued your interest, to say the least. But yeah, I'm off work on Friday and gonna spend all day in this game. I just know it. I mean, yeah, if you are a fan of these types of games and you like to be lost into the different details and make a story out of it, consider my interest piqued. Good to hear, good to hear. So, this game in particular coined a term called there are some games that are considered story generators. Another one is RimWorld, which is very similar to Dwarf Fortress, and it was directly inspired by Dwarf Fortress. And yeah, because of it has so many of these complex systems that interact with one another, you will eventually build up a story to tell. I don't know if you have already checked out the reviews of Dwarf Fortress. If not, I will, if you want, I will read you the funniest one, I think. Let me see if I can find it. Because some of them, they are some mini stories that they are very, very funny. Let me see if I can find it. There was one that was very hilarious. Let me see. Let me see if I can sort the most helpful of all time in English. Okay. Let me see. No, this one is the effect. Wrong thing. One moment. Dwarf Fortress. There we go. It is a very interesting story. Let me just find it. Just be patient. It will be worth it. Okay, I think it's this one. The story is: in my current fortress, it was year 102, with a stable food supply, access to water, and trained guards. I felt proud that I had no casualties so far in this fortress. I noticed an alert pop up on the side of my screen. Thief, child stealer. This was the first test of my defenses. The dwarves were ready. The goblin child-stealing thief came with 2 goblin lackeys. They quickly headed towards the front gate of my fortress. I rang the alarm and called all the dwarves inside my gate and raised my drawbridge. A couple of dwarves, along with the gate guards, were left outside. They had the overwatch of the masked dwarves in the gate towers. It was more important to protect the children. In the end, the militia made short work of the 3 goblin thieves. We lowered the drawbridge to let the remaining dwarves back in to celebrate. A few days pass, and the dwarves notice that someone is missing. A baby named Aban Stigazezum. She was 1 year old, and no one had seen her since the attack. I looked up and down over the defenses, but I couldn't figure out what happened. I could have sworn that there were only 3 thieves and that I had killed them all. I knew where the bodies were buried. 6 months later, the wood dwarves and I had moved on. One night, while looking over the guard towers, I noticed an extra naked green dwarf standing next to the regular guards. I hovered over it. It was Aban. She was back as a ghost to exact her dwarf baby revenge on the ones who had let her get stolen. Aban liked to silently float up and down the guard towers between the floors and through the walls, occasionally haunting the guards at the front gate as well. Maybe she blamed them for the lapse in security. Eventually, after a few more months of harmless but disturbing hauntings, I had finally found time to build a tomb. I didn't have a body for proper burial, but creating because if you if you don't bury or memorialize people, then they become ghosts and try and start haunting the fortress. So eventually, after a few more months of harmless but disturbing hauntings, I had finally found time to build a tomb. I didn't have a body for a proper burial, but creating a personally etched memorial slab to commemorate Aban should lay her to rest and help my guards rest a little easier. They've learned from this, Aban. They won't let a thief into the fortress ever again. I placed the slab, and Aban is satisfied, laid to rest. I read the slab to see what my engraver wrote about Adam. The slab reads: in memory of Alban, born in the year 102, crushed by a drawbridge in the year 102. Guess I know where to find the remains. 10 out of 10. This is my favorite story, my favorite review of the game. Crushed by a drawbridge. So, expect these sort of situations to happen often. Drawbridges, they are a menace. This guy thought, oh, poor child, she got stolen. No, during the attack, she was crushed by the drawbridge and no one noticed. Not the baby. But yeah, expect the most unhinged things to happen. The most unhinged things. One time I made a fortress in a biome that was a very savage biome, and so there were these giant sparrows, because for each animal there can be a giant variant, and there were these giant sparrows that kept eating my dwarves who were outside cutting the trees. And it happened that one of them got inside, and it was in the tavern, and everyone panicked, and in the panic some people died. Anything can happen in this game. Anything. But yeah, hope with this funny and peculiar conclusion to this stream, hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. What a wild ride, I can't wait now. A word of warning, it can be a little bit overwhelming at first because it is such a complex game. It has a lot of things to keep track of, but it has a tutorial which I think that will help quite a lot, and there are some tooltips as well. My recommendation is try to watch as little as possible in terms of guides or things like that, because trust me, you will have a lot of fun playing the game and discovering things for yourself, even if it means that you will eventually lose, because losing, that is very true, losing is fun in this game. The way your first fortresses will fall, they will fall in the most hilarious way, and there will be an opportunity for you to get better at it and try some new things. Thank you for another great stream. Don't worry, I'll take my time. Not a sore loser either. If everything sets on fire, then it happens. I am very eager to hear of the stories you will eventually experience once you will get to play the game. I really cannot wait. Well, what can I say? Been an amazing stream as always. I think this may be a good format whenever we finish something in the drawing section a bit early, and maybe dedicate the last remaining time to maybe showcase some games or even some videos. I think that can be a good format. Let me know if you guys like this type of format. In the occasion in which we finish something very early, we will meet each other on Friday with our lady that we continued on Monday, making more of the toys and the minions that she has. And then on Saturday we will go back into this theme with the fourth study to make. Having said that, this has been the Void Executive, and I will see you in the next company meeting. Have a good night, everyone.